Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
A special thank you to That Jelly Boy, Stippo, Terry King, and especially Undead Frankie for the help and research provided. Sources and credits are in the description. Dead Rising 2 is a timed sandbox game released September 24th, 2010, where you hack and slash your way through hordes of zombies in an attempt to clear your name for the government and save your daughter from a disturbing doom. While the zombies of this game aren't important characters, there's a specific dead that rises higher than the others. This zombie is named Burt the Zombie. Burt has had a few pieces of merchandise throughout the years, such as the New York Comic-Con figure and Outbreak Edition collectible figure. However, none of those hold a candle to the life-size statue of Burt himself. On September 28th, the high-stakes edition bundle was announced at Capcom's store for $90 US. Within, you'd get the game itself, a Dead Rising-themed poker set, a map of Fortune City, and a Terror's Reality admission ticket, which had a code for the Psychopath DLC. However, one lucky buyer would receive a golden admission ticket that could be redeemed for the 6-foot-tall statue of Burt. A user named Jay Gonzo, aka Ultimate Joe 51, aka Mark Earsley, won this prize on October 13th, 2010. He was a Capcom Unity member and had a Q&A about the statue and what he was going to do with it. The link for this interview is broken, so refer to Undead Frankie for specifics. What's interesting is how Capcom News states, there is another golden ticket out there. No other winner has been announced, so it's safe to assume that nobody has found the second ticket. Maybe there's an unopened bundle out there with a golden ticket. So collectors, try your luck and open up the box. The ticket, while useless, is still pretty damn rare. There are multiple Burt statues in the world. One statue was held at Capcom Vancouver, Canada, the main brains for the Dead Rising development. Burt would frequently appear in the background of office photos and even starred in Capcom Vancouver tour. Sadly, Capcom Vancouver shut its doors on September 18, 2018. It's unknown where Burt went after the operation shut down. Maybe he's hiding in a storage unit. Maybe he's off living the tourist life he always dreamed of. No one knows for sure. It was at this point that I became intrigued with Burt. I looked at the website of Studio Oxmox, the creators of the statue, and noticed that they made their statues with fiberglass. Fiberglass statues could withstand harsh weather and collision. That gave me hope. No doubt Burt is out there alive and well. Well, as alive and well as a zombie can be. The important thing was that Burt was still out there somewhere, and I was going to find him no matter what. I started looking at a video from A Japanese Dream, which showcased the Burt statue from a few angles. In the comments, there was someone named Terry King, who claimed to own a Burt statue. Since there were no socials linked to the account, I moved on to eBay listings. There, I noticed the two Burt collectible figures and wondered, hey, who the fuck is this guy? I had never noticed Burt in-game. Plus, I'm pretty sure Chuck and Frank don't even have their own figures. Why this dude? I looked through the art book, the Dead Rising trailers, promotion material, and I never once saw Burt. I decided to reach out to Stippo, a prominent member of the Dead Rising modding community, in hopes that he could find Burt's models and textures. Stippo had this to say. Burt the Zombie was kind of a mascot for Dead Rising 2, appearing in a lot of the promotional artwork and trailers. As far as I know, he's one of the earliest cuts up to zombies, but the issue that he was also cut or changed almost entirely. The original designs of him with his Hawaiian tee never made it into the final game. Instead, he wears something similar to cargo. My best guess would be that they wanted to make the crowds of zombies blend together better, and thought it stood out too much or might have made the model repetition too obvious. There were multiple statues made and it weighs somewhere around 66 pounds, but I don't know why it was originally made. They gave at least one away as part of the high stakes edition, but I think they had at least 2 other Burt statues in their offices. The photo you're seeing is when Burt was set up in a room near a whiteboard in one of their offices, but they also had him, or a different one, in the lobby of Capcom Vancouver. Interesting information, but nothing I didn't already know. I reached out to Ecdysis and got roughly the same answer. There's one detail that stuck out to me. His tourist outfit didn't even make it into the final game. No offense to Burt or anything, but he's such a minuscule detail. His character isn't prominent at all in the story. Why make merchandise? I had a theory. Maybe Burt was a developer for the game. I studied each name in the credits where there was no Burt to be seen. This just made me more and more confused. I looked through Capcom Vancouver's Twitter and Capcom News, and found no significant information about Burt. Aside from finding pictures of him in silly outfits, I was in a rut, so I decided to take a step back and relook at my sources. I reread a few articles and advertisements, and many sources refer to Burt as a tourist zombie. I like how GamingTarget.com described him. This life-size replica looks like a tourist turned into a zombie, or normal tourists who have spent way too much time in a casino full of blinking lights and beeping noises. He lurches forward with a limp, as if he hadn't stood up from the table of the Texas Hold'em games for several hours, and is clumsily making its way to the lunch buffet line. It wears a Hawaiian shirt, cargo shorts, socks with sandals, and a lei around its neck while wielding a fuzzy pair of dice. Digging around some more, I found a model of a zombie with a brown fedora, cargo shorts, and long socks. This zombie appeared in Dead Rising 2 and in Case Zero cutscenes. This specific zombie model bears a striking resemblance to the Burt's Outbreak Edition figure. Could this be our beloved Burt? I found an awesome Dead Rising 2 poster of Chuck, and on a closer inspection to the zombie pile he's standing on, we see a zombie wearing cargo shorts and long socks with sandals. Coincidence? Nuh-uh. Unrelated, but everyone's so mean to him. Remember Terry King, the guy who commented how he owned a statue but had no contact information? I looked at what he said. I won it. Had to make a 1-minute short film for a video game review show in Australia. Been proudly sitting in my home office for a few years now. Smiley face. I googled Australian video game show and got a Wikipedia page talking about Good Game, a TV show in the early 2000s that reviewed the latest games. I found a website of all their archived episodes and downloaded one that took place a little after the release of Dead Rising 2. What I fucking saw made me a shit your pants. In the background of the show, there was a statue of Burt. I downloaded more and more episodes trying to find how they got a hold of Burt. Before we get to that information, though, can we talk about how they named this guy Brian? I mean, it's a play on word of brain, but come on, man. There are several Capcom articles that clearly state his name is Burt. No idea where Brian came from. Maybe Australians are just silly billies. Turns out there was a contest to win this statue. You'd have to record a zombie video and submit it to the Good Game website. Only requirements were that it had to be 60 seconds long and someone would have to groan, "Good game." The show was entertaining enough. Each episode, Burt would have a different silly outfit. During the show, you'd also get to see different video submissions of people acting like zombies. While ridiculous, there's a specific charm with early 2000s videos, and I'll link a playlist of as many entries as I could find. ZombieCon lasted roughly the month of October and closed on November 1st, 2010, with roughly 200 submissions. The winner of the contest was dubbed Poker Night of the Living Dead, and featured a few friends plus a zombie playing some poker. The camera work is quite skilled for its time, and the concept is pretty funny. It ends with a friend shooting the zombie. The special effects were so realistic that it had to be censored for television. The original video has been uploaded to Haywire Films' YouTube channel, and there was even a sequel made as a thank you to Good Game. Knowing that Terry King's claims were true, I reverse searched his profile picture and found his Twitter. And for any children watching, first of all, don't play mature games without parental permission. And second of all, don't post your real name and face on social media. This guy didn't follow internet safety, so he was pretty easy to track down. You typed a lol. How dare you? I will never say that word. Don't lamau at me, you young man, I swear to God. Looking through his Twitter, I found more and more photos of Burt. It was quite adorable seeing Burt age throughout the years. Photos of him standing about, photos of him saying hello to a baby. The baby was pretty happy. And even more photos of him just chilling in the background. It's enough to warm a cold, undead heart. And after a while, I heard back from Terry. He gave us some much valued answer.
How much does the statue weigh?
The statue itself isn't too heavy, maybe 30 kilograms? The poker base has a lot of weight, maybe another 20 kilograms.
Do you still have the original Good Game submission?
I still have the original Poker Night of the Dead on my YouTube channel, and the sequel we made is a thank you to Good Game.
You're a very talented cinematographer. Have you taken any professional photos of Brian, Burt?
Never took any professional pics, but happy to do some for the video.
Favorite thing about the Dead Rising series?
I loved the Dead Rising series when it first came out for the chaos factor. Open world, mass destruction, and wild characters. Great drop-in game style. I was offered $5K for Brian when I first won, but I've already maintained he was a big trophy and you can't sell that.
You heard it here first, folks. You can't put a price on a zombie. Where do you keep Brian?
He lives in my office or edit suite, and I wheel him out on Halloween with some lighting and a fog machine for the trick-or-treaters. He's been recognized more than a few times, surprisingly.
Frank, Chuck, or Nick?
Chuck, I'm OG, lol. Once again, thank you Terry King, and I wish you the best. Chuck is my favorite too. Now that we have all of our information, let's hear the answers we've all been dying for. The statue of Burt is 6 feet tall, weighs 66 pounds, with his poker chip base adding an additional 44 pounds. He has posable arms, roughly a shirt size XL, and has a home in Greater Brisbane, Australia, or at least one of his homes. A game retailer called Game also had some Burt statues on display. Sadly, the shops shut down in summer of 2015, but I learned from Terry and Reddit user Dead Rising Lover that the statues were on sale. YouTube commentator Burns the Burnzinator 30 stated that they got in contact with Studio Oxbox and Gary Clinert. They stated that less than 50 statues were made because they were a bit too gruesome for most public displays. So who knows, maybe you'll be lucky and find one. If you do, treasure him. Give him a nice Sazerac. He's earned it. As for Burt himself, he's just your everyday zombie. He isn't a big bad or some celebrity. He's just Burt, and damn is he good at being Burt. That's all for now. If I get more info, I'll make some YouTube posts about it. Again, thank you to That Jelly Boy for voicing this video. Hey, that's me. Stippo for some leads, Terry King for the interview, Undead Frankie for researching this way before I did, Burns the Burnzinator 3030 for details. They allegedly also own a statue, but I haven't found a way to contact them. Dead Rising Lover for info on the statue, Capcom Vancouver for this awesome franchise, and Studio Oxbox for making Burt come back to life.
And me, the editor. Check out my socials.
All sources and credits will be linked below, and thank you for watching. Also, his name is now Burt B. Bryan, because I said so. The B stands for Burt, by the way.
I fucking love Burt.